What's good, people? Uh, yeah. This is going on for a few days now. Um, and I'm gonna lay it out because I spoke on it and it actually did pretty well. I did, things I do on here that I think won't hardly do nothing, do something. I guess that's all in the play when they talk about you should be consistent on this app. And the topic I spoke of previously was the Cory and the when Anton Daniels went on the 5150 podcast and had the confrontation with Cory Holcomb. Now, in the beginning, due to the fact it was such something that was out of the blue, unexpected, I initially thought, wow, that's crazy. Wow, how could they do that? How did that end up happening? And even at that point, I said, man, this seemed kind of like bullshit. Because, you know, anybody, first of all, it was the fact that why would you invite this man all the way over to your podcast in California? John Tyne Daniel films in Detroit, from my understanding. His programs are in Detroit, but Anton Daniels had made his way to shoot the 5150 podcast. Uh, Now, if you seemingly, if you were have you sincere about having an earnest conversation and not some type of spectacle, which it turned out to be, then any type of disagreements or misunderstandings y'all might have had between the two of you would have been made clear, made plain in the beginning. But it was such a shocking thing. Oh, he all up in his. He called him a bitch, and he said suck his penis and didn't. Now this would be more. And in my mind, all this shit is performance. This is the YouTube spirit because this shit we talking about ain't on TMZ. Uh, to me it'd be more believable if it was some Casanad I show speed type shit. We talking about men that have grown children. And we dig us in each other's personal space. I know I said several times on my platforms, I ain't fighting now, son bitch. It's either pistol or 911 or something, whatever it may take to get you up off me. I should be able to say this is America. You can say whatever you feel, and I have the emotional maturity and stability to be able to withstand whatever words you might say, just as long as I don't feel physically threatened. Because I have a few unnamed ailments that when you get a certain age, all it takes is one good fall, and it may have long-term detrimental circumstances. So just let me use the pen is mightier than the sword. Say the tongue, whatever. What happened? What happened? What happened? Put my glass on so I won't be leaning toward the screen. 214. What's happening? So hey, what up, people? Let me stay on point here. So yeah, after a few days, it went on that now I really because the first when I first saw it was like shortly thereafter. I respected Anton because Anton has a somewhat of a I guess you could say in the black content creator spaces an esteemed a highbrow, I guess in the minds of and I don't want to make it too political. The conservatives seem to be to portray themselves as more fiscally responsible, and less focused on social, like a situation such as race and things of that nature. Because in some cases, some people do believe it. In some cases, uh, and I guess that would be better than being poor and having to deal with the racism. They get to a point where their money insulates them from certain forms of racism. So there comes a disconnect when you hear Anton Daniels say that get to pull yourselves up by your bootstrap rhetoric. It comes from his perspective. It's not in your position or your mind to have to adopt what that man how his belief system, his opinions. You can agree with him or disagree with him. It doesn't automatically make him some type of a figurehead for the whole entire Black American population, where it's like, oh, so this person has to be stopped. It's. And I mean, I got to admit, once upon a time, I was the minimal thinkers, where it's so much stuff out here that the Black American person has to deal with. But, they always have time. They got time to tear down another content creator, a person, or what have you. And then, I mean, and mind you, I guess some might perceive what I'm prepared to do here, because I have criticisms. Now, especially if I have a criticism against someone, towards someone who I support. Because here right now we're talking about Anton and Cory. The reactions is what really got in my mind. I'm like saying, well, man, this seemed like it would be something that that civilized people who claim to be of a certain class and caste of representation, the culture, this, that, and the third. It seemed like, constructive minds would looked at it. Well, that man, he could have went here because he was all in his space. He looked like he was ready to still on him, but he ain't still on. And then he actually, he asked him to go outside, this, that, the third. But mind you, after all that, I was like saying, well, at least dude didn't do anything on camera that would jeopardize the reputation or the image of his brand. And I thought that once that had happened, that with the next day it'd be like, oh, that was unfortunate, hopefully we work it out. But then it became a whole campaign. And I mean, I've never met Mr. Daniels. I listen to some of Mr. Daniels' content. I eat the meat and I throw away the bones, which kind of hurts a lot of the black, my fellow Black American peoples. They'll get caught up. There'll be constructive information all within the core of what a person or influence or whoever might be saying, but I gotta say we'll pick one little portion, one little criticism of that vessel, and use it to dismiss all. It'll be like you'll see, let's say you don't like mustard. You'll see a little drop of mustard, just a little pin drop of mustard on the sandwich. It just happened to just spray over there. But it's a whole good sandwich. You'll throw away the whole sandwich just because of that speck of mustard. For that, if you understand what I mean by that. So it's like, I'm like saying, well, damn, when Anton Daniels responds, I mean, he made a campaign out the shit. I mean, mind you, people was in this comment section, blah, blah, blah. And then people say, well, he sell out, woo, he fuck with the white people. He don't talk about white folks. So what, man? I said that earlier. I said, man, so what? So what if the nigga don't talk about who the other niggas think he should talk about? That's his mouth. He not stopping you from talking about who you want to talk about. And he believed, and you bring him on the show, because clearly, I mean, he was your guest, Cory. You bring him on this show, and it's not like it's not a gentleman conversation. You aggressive. What's with all the aggression? Don't like you said, don't do tough guy on me. It's gonna be problems. It's not gonna go away. I forgot what he said, the exact thing he said, whatever. But man, come on, fam. I thought we're supposed to be a higher caste of high value men. A high caste of gentlemen, to where the ladies, how dare they have any type of flaw to stand towards such greatness and macking. Like I said, I'm looking at the content creator reaction. Now, mind you, when I understand the content creation world more and more, I understand that when you get you a hot topic, and that topic gonna pay you some paper, it's a trending topic. It's one of them good hashtag topics. And you can get you some good get some views and engagement out of it, like the Puffy trial, like any of them, like the things like that. But this is on a smaller level. You're gonna make videos about it. You make the Mr. Tenderism the guy. You're gonna form that topic. all time. You might make up shit to make up some shit, or find some real shit, or just focus on some who gives a fuck shit to make a whole video out of. And that's content creation. But the thing that gets me is that it's not so many people that look at the fact that, okay, that the man, whether, because in my mind at this point I believe it's bullshit, it's a play. Whether or not they look at the fact that the man, that them two men was able to have a loud agreement, which it shouldn't have went as far as it did, but they still was able to separate without any violence. But what got me on the way home, and this is what really I'm trying to get to, so y'all ain't got to keep this out, because I really want to show this, and I'm going to go back and forth because I want old boy to be like I'm trying to steal his content. This is what do they say, this reaction, it's, I forgot the thing it is, like whatever that trademark copyright shit covers. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I said I was gonna put my glasses on so I wouldn't be all up on the screen, but here I am. This is a video by O'Shea Duke Jackson, and it's the reaction. He's reporting on the reaction of Tariq Nasheed. Now, there's someone. I know it's running. It's cold in Chicago, baby. Now, someone who is such an instrumental figure in the Blackosphere. I would expect, if you're, because you're not. If we're talking about war, we trying to war for reparations, strive to get reparations or whatever. If we're talking about something constructed toward building our people together, making our people stronger, why would this be your commentary? Maybe, also I learned after some time, and I guess while I was paying attention to, Mr. Nasheed's work, I knew that there was a humorous factor, but after a while, that's it's according to Neely Fuller, contemporary code, whatever, contemporary conversation code. This is a wartime footing. And all that entertainment and jack bullshit is a place for it, I imagine. But this is the representation of black male imagery. I wanted to just get a few parts out of it and see, hopefully this is not too long, but let me just start it. Y'all done heard enough of me. All right, and I fast forward to that.
That's what it is. Anton is a performative. He does that performative white tee, and he does that.
In the last few days, a lot of people have weighed in on what's going on with Cory Holcomb and Anton Daniels. But a person who's weighed in on Anton Daniels before has actually decided to put his foot in the game. That person is no other than Tariq Nasheed.
Now, mind you, said he decided to put his foot in there. Now, that's what I was talking about earlier. It's a hot topic, and allegedly they done went back and forth. All this, man. This is what the Black American, just the Black content creation sphere. You'll find other content creators, and I should say I'm not going to put this on all Black content creators because many do not. You make a career. You make a cash cow out of dysfunction. Out of all the things in the world, y'all had y'all differences. Okay, fine. Y'all ain't scrap just like these two niggas, they scrap. It's all performative. The shit you have going with Tariq is performative. It's all about, okay, I can call him a coon. Cool. Anton, I ain't no coon. You really the coon because you rather see your people in this poor, begging, poor, meek condition than actually build them up. I give Anton this much. Anton, so he got the bag chases or whatever. I don't know. I've never participated in it, but I haven't never really heard anybody say, well, when I did it, I didn't make some money, or maybe I ain't paid attention. But I've also paid attention to Mr. Nasheed, and I've contributed some to get the hidden colors things. I went to the what is that? The Foundational Black American convention of 2020, you know, we was in that cold ass Coliseum. You know, I didn't put my money up, you know, and that was just after the fact, you know, I had a partner that was trying, yo, you gotta listen to him. You gotta listen to him. I said, man, I remember that nigga was selling pimp. When you selling pimp game and you know, this, that, and the third, man. Uh this ain't, you know, I read books. I listen to his stories and the shit he talking about, the shit I already know. I mean, it's good that he can communicate it and new minds is picking it up, but it's just other certain things that create that are discrepancies and hypocrisies on mine. I'm not trying to be your typical critic of this fella, because it's just this right here irked me. I can say this part in regards to Mr. Nasheed. I was once an ardent supporter of Mr. Nasheed, but after the comedy club thing, the museum comedy club thing, and he was able to mac niggas out $1,000,000. I'm so glad. But that right there, and then not to hear, okay, well, these kids weren't here, and they had summer jobs at the museum for the kids. You don't hear nothing but about a comedy show or event on some entertainment bullshit. And you have time to comment about bullshit like this, but I've never really seen you teach nobody how to make no goddamn money, Mr. Nasheed. But let's go through this. I mean, fair use. That's what I'm looking for. Fair use, O'Shea. Don't ding me, buddy. I'm just trying to review something.
Now, Anton Daniels has been, I think, critical of Tariq, and both of them have kind of had maybe a little bit of a back and forth. And it comes to the position that Anton Daniels has taken on reparations.
Anton is a performative white ass kisser. You know, that's what it is. Anton is a performative. He does that performative white kissing. He does that. He panders to that crowd. And I don't even knock the hustle, by the way. I don't knock the hustle. You know, Anton panders to the white supremacy.
And I mean, why would you, bro? Why would you knock the hustle? Because you got a crowd you pander to. He pander his crowd, you pander your crowd. Now, even in the fact that I'm pointing this out, and you know, really, like I tell these people, how you know, you may not like me saying this, but you had a right to continue to support whoever you feel the need to. If that puts bread and butter on your table, I definitely salute you there. But from my experience, I was left discontented. But it's all, like you said, he's a performative. Game recognized game. I won't knock his hustle, because that's what it is. It's a hustle, people. You know, it's find that niche, or find that bit of that thing that triggers people, and just poke at that trigger. Put a dirty stick in that soul, that open wound.
Premises alt-right crowd being the, you know, the so-called reasonable black person. Oh, I'm not like the rest. Ain't no racism. The white people ain't bad. We don't need reparations. He's on that. Anton has explicitly said we shouldn't get reparations, and he's actively against it. Oh, he's went out of his way to say we shouldn't get reparations.
So the reality is this: Tariq is.
And with that, you say, so what? So what did the nigga say he ain't against it? What he got to do with what you got going on? That's how missions get sidetracked. You on the way trying to get to the reparations, but just cause one solitary nigga, you know, he got his popularity. I don't agree with reparations. You know, if you want to stop racism, get you some goddamn money. Now, to an extent, I'm sure that Mr. Nasheed would agree. If you have a nice purse, a purse full of money, that oppression feels a little bit lightweight, a little lighter. Now, mind you, I'm sure it feels the racism that you encounter as a listener, I'm sure does not impact Mr. Nasheed as frequently nor as harshly.
Saying, like, I don't knock the hustle. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
but
O'Shea,
what
you
you're doing
though,
is a grift.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
have none of y'all
you're
niggas.
trying to cater
This is my
yourself
hustle.
with these white talking points, and this is interesting because if you look at Anton's, you know, I don't know if this is a person that he's grooming to be in the industry or a person he's mentoring. This person pop.
Come on, fam. And that's what give me two about you guys. This a bride that he know that he fucking around. I don't know he fucking around, how he fucking around with her. People that have been familiar with Anton know Anton been having this motherfucker way. Niggas with money, they tend to be able to have it. Now, a woman, certain women won't take it. Certain women won't accept being treated a certain way. So they won't go for that. But bro, you come out and say the man groom, you can say grooming or something or the other, and she trying to get money just like man. And it's let me just play here because I think she gonna be moving around.
Culture, Mika, obviously she's kind of on the same thing. She's going to black conservative conventions. You know, she's coming hard on people with no accountability. She's reacting to a lot of the red pill talking points, you know, kind of that industry of women who are now being red pill, women who are now, you know, kind of getting onto the conservative, you know, kind of movement. So she's doing the same thing too. And it seems like
they making us sound like she's some young tender. They come just fresh out. This is a whole woman, nigga. Man. Man, is this who Cory was talking to in the background?
Anton Daniels is kind of coaching her up. All right. But then this is probably the most important part of the argument.
So anyway, during the confrontation,
I mean, hold on. I mean, not taking, you know, but niggas how dollar niggas got you. Chick okay, Shorty okay, and they trying to spread it out like, you know, Shorty okay, but
you know, him and Cory were going back and forth. You know, he was pushing back on Cory. Cory was pushing back, and Cory was like, hey, you kissing, you know, you got all this criticism for black people. You don't never say anything about white people. And Anton said, you suck black people's D. And Cory was like, hey, hold on now. Hey, wait a minute now. You talking like that.
So let me kind of add more context to this, because really what happened here was that Cory Holcomb said, you kiss or you lick white people's asses all the time. And instead of Anton saying, well, you kiss black people's asses all the time, Anton decided to say you suck the D. So I just wanted to give some more clarity to what actually was said.
Oh, let's talk about this right here. If you live in America as a black American under the white American system, you may not give wet sloppy kisses to the white man system, but you might sneak you gonna end up sneaking a dry peck. You know, if it just be a J. Cole give Paul a little sugar. I bet you, hey man, I bet you could trace every nigga on this screen right here money to a white boy, even mine, and I ain't got a lot. And so all that power talking, yeah, you don't talk about the white man. You kiss the ass, you suck the D to black people. Now, first of all, when I heard that I was hearing the end of it. I'm thinking when he said suck the D, I'm thinking like he had a dude or something, just an image of a man. He's speaking in a metaphorical sense. Whereas like, okay, well, you be kissing black people ass and, you know, ignoring mediocrity and justifying excuses and lacks of motivations. You have no real solutions other than just entertainment and I guess a motivating word, whatever the motivation does. Because hell, all I've seen it motivate most people to do is argue back and forth with fucking foreigners and maybe talk about Donald Trump.
But this is important.
You talking like that, you know, we might have to go somewhere with this thing. So Darlene was there. That's my homegirl. Darlene was there. So he's like,
Oh,
Cory's like, Darlene, move out the way. So we sat right in front of Anton. It was like, hey man, say all that sucking D stuff again. Say that again, man. It's gonna be up.
and he said it again.
And you know, Anton was like, yeah, Cory, you ain't gonna do nothing, and I'm saying this to your face. And then Anton later on in the broad.
Now wait. Now as you know, now we all probably seen the same video. Now you notice as he narrates what Anton did, he didn't say Anton said it again. You suck dick of the black people. Woo woo woo. So it wasn't like he said you ain't gonna see, you're not gonna do nothing. Tell him the part where you said that you ain't, I said it again, you not gonna do nothing. Let's go outside. This is what got me to make this video. And I'm gonna look and see what time, because I'm not trying to hold y'all, because y'all don't. I'm just trying new shit. I don't want to be dinged on playing old boy video, but dude right here, and I guess the screenshot they got of his face, that shit is bojangling, man. It's at this point, man. You ain't you held the game down, I guess, in the black old spear for damn near these 12, 13, 14 years, and I don't see nothing. I don't see no community centers. I don't see no type of programs. I can't even name on 10 fingers the niggas that you done made rich. What happened to them broads you had on that radio station? You just, as soon as the COVID came, you just threw them broads to the curb. And man, and then I'm telling you, man, I don't understand how he still had y'all. Y'all still, but I guess Umar still got y'all niggas. I don't understand when the nigga said, we gonna have this museum. Look, I'm down south. I'm looking for artifacts to put in the bitch. And you, instead of saying, well, man, I may not like Anton, but I think he handled himself respectably by not escalating to a physical brawl. But I'm gonna play a little bit more because I want y'all to hear how it's not so much that you didn't want nothing to happen. It's like you wanted something to happen. It's like you justifying the fact that it could have happened by what actually happened and makes sense, but you want to make what happened that was done, it actually did make sense. The man got up and walked. He said, come outside. The man ain't come outside, which in my belief saying, well, you doing this for the camera. Because if you had that much animosity to move bitches out the way and sit 3-4 feet away from a nigga, you in a position to swing. You wouldn't have, if you had that much anger and animosity because he told you to suck dick black people, you should have been swinging right there. But now I ain't heard too much of a response from Cory. But Anton Daniels have this media weight in my mind, and I'm gonna call it. I don't give a damn. Everybody else get on here and say whatever the fuck they want to say in the name of content creation. Cory Holcomb, how much Anton Daniels pay you to play the role of Big Bad, Mr. Big Bad, or the Gooch? Difference, y'all niggas, man. I know it's dry in this content creator land. I know these YouTube streets be like it's a hard track for a bust down hole. But my goodness gracious, man, I begged in my first video somebody clean this shit up, but y'all kept on going with it, man. Hold on, where we at? Where we at? Let me bring myself back up here again. I wonder where we at with it. We're supposed to be the dignified black. I thought, what happened to the quarter zip shit, man? Where the quarter zip niggas at? I can't call it, man. I really can't call it. But when you got the people that's supposed to be the representations of what they say, what's the saying goes? Black society, elite black society, new black society, some shit. But we damn near 50 something years. We pushing 50. We got two niggas push. I think Cory over 50. You got niggas pushing 50 or 50 plus. That you don't never talk about them white people. I talk about white people. You should talk about white people to. You cater to the niggas, them shiftless, lazy fools, that EBT, bonnet head, dirty do-rag with the dirty drawers hanging pants ass niggas. I'm a black conservative, and I think that we should be able to stand on our own 2 feet and manage. But you got the folks over there. Well, them nigger folks, they too dumb, so they need some money. If you just give them a whole bunch of money, everything gonna be solved. In the meantime, you got all these years you fighting for this shit. You ain't set up no structural system or where it say, well, if we had the reparation do this, we have a plan here where we would do this, this, and this, and this. You didn't spend 3-4 years arguing back with fucking immigrants. Now you got some commentary for this fucking performance right here. I'm gonna struggle, YouTube, but I know that my words reach. The algorithm don't show or say it, but I know my words reach. And you know y'all, and neither one of y'all niggas know y'all can't say my name. That'll bring to me, and I've just only scratched the surface of my criticism of this bojangling, this shuffling, this huckabuck mystery that most of y'all niggas do. I'm gonna leave it at that though, man. Let this shit die. Anton, you done milked it up. Cory, how much that nigga give you to do all this shit, man? Make them double it next motherfucking time. I'll holler at y'all. I'm out, man. Daytime, let me read some of my people. Daytime. I've been sued based on Zoe Williams swinging on that fat loud mouth for no reason. See, and that all that comes to the fact, when you reach a certain age and mature, you're not a schoolboy, my nigga. And you done whooped on a fat ass comedian. Nigga look like he dying of diabetes. You don't get no stripes for whooping on Aries Spears. Nah, Cory, pay that motherfucking fare for Zoe. But it's, and I guess this is why you got the young niggas, they wearing tight clothes and cuddling up. You know, they cuddle up closer with their niggas than they would with a broad. And then the broad, you know, they trying to figure out a way to get them sissified niggas to break the bank out. But, you know, I'm just talking. Boss man, what's happening? It's all right. Niggas ain't got 100% agree that daytime, man. That's what I'm talking about right here. That boy say, you know, Anton, he talk about everybody else. Be on there talk about white folk. Hell, I guess white folks mighty fine to him. Do it mighty fine. You know, there's a nigga, he talk about, I've got this property, I'm leasing this property here. Detroit looks a whole lot better than it did a few years back. When I was riding through that mother, you could barely ride down the streets without your car vibrating the pieces off the road. So actions speak louder than words. You got a nigga up here that's been riding the podcast. I guess he does comedy. Cory still does comedy. He might pop up on interviews here and there. But the heyday, this is what we resorted to, man, for relevancy. And this is what the people is accepted to be relevant. This is what they all engrossed into. I mean, I'm too serious. But then when I act the fool, you know, y'all people pay attention. But then they found out that I get on here and act the fool just for the reaction. So then they start reacting to that. They start playing the unfollow game. Like I said before, man, whether it be the metaverse or whatever, it may not look like a whole lot of views on my little multiple platforms, even though I got thousands and thousands of subscribers and followers. It may not look like a whole lot of views and engagement there, but I know my words resound. And I say shit that because my mind is, if you know me, my mind is kind of, but I hear my words and I hear my talking points resound. And that's not me being egotistical or conceited. I just know what I hear. This shit here, hold on. This shit here, this shit is, to me, this time to take some shit into 2026. that's different. Actions speak louder than words. If you can get on it for every, I'm talking shit. For every 25%, for every 100% of you on here talking shit, y'all niggas gonna have to show 25% of tangible and constructive action being completed. Other than that, y'all shut y'all bitch ass up. Remember, connection ain't looking to change the world. He's looking in the line as pockets off of jokes. I mean, look his spine is like, yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, you know, that's why when I see these two grown ass niggas get up there and get in each other's personal space like they about to give each other hickeys and shit. And ain't nobody moving no chairs around. Somebody tell you come outside and you the man, you the aggressor. You supposed to be leading. Well, nigga, you ain't said nothing but a word. How many times we done seen it? How many times we seen that shit play out? Who the fuck comes in your face and huffs and puffs, but can't blow the fat nigga down, and then the brick house invite you out to square up? You still sit there because the cameras is rolling. Because how does it go? In scene. Peace and love, y'all. I got to, you know, this is just my little side hustle. You know, my aspirational side hustle. I have to prepare to go into my plantation. I also need to, you know, I mean, really, I don't even need to do this. Let me just say this though, because I hear a few things. I heard my partner lie to me. I said, you know, because I fuck with my nigga Charles, and you know, my moniker is the Mr. Nigga. Somebody said in the comment section, where Mr. Nigga broke ass at. I chuckle. Yeah, because a lot of times y'all see me dressed down, and I really just do this shit all because I want to come out and emit a different type of image. I never say exactly where I work for on these platforms because some of y'all niggas is emotionally immature and will rather just so you can come in your britches for 1 second. You'll ruin the whole career because of your feelings getting hurt. So I never say where my job is. And some of y'all may be real well, if you search it and find it and do something with it, so be it. But you know, there's somebody else on here, and I tie this in with the nigga Marty. Marty says something sly like, if you can afford it. My nigga, I work for a Fortune 500 company. I have no dependents. I spend my money on vices and bullshit and, you know, invested in my whatever. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, but I won't make internet money. I need the internet money. Nigga, it's me. It's niggas that make multi-millionaires off this internet shit. You got other folks in my friends list that I went to Fisk University with. They don't even want to comment on nothing because they feel as if they might be contributed to my content creation, monetization. The hate is real. So in the name of that, it's like saying, well, it looks like a skit. So if you're going to make a skit out of all the skits in the world, if you want to make this world a better place and the world which we live, you make things different and better, why would you promote shit like that? So when something really negative, something fucked up happens, like Leroy killed 35 people on the spree with a chopper and a switch. Now, all black folk, we got to do better by ourselves. Oh, man, it ain't have to happen. Why go like that, man? We fucked up out here. Somebody need to help us. We is our worst enemies. I love it, though. Amen. Everybody playing this content game. So I'm going to play this content game with the people. And as far as this shit, man, with y'all folks, man, and and even with the motherfucking tenderism, that shit right there, man. Y'all, black people, find a goddamn better cause. Find a better cause besides, oh, Trump did this. Let me go. Oh, I'm so angry. I'm gonna block you. Hide his post for 30 days. I'm tired of him. He do something constructive and time. Find a way to, even if you get out of the face of grown folks if need be. Find somebody young that you could influence or change, make a transitional, substantive change in their lives. Even if make some content, even if it was just you're a popular content creator, make some content that might help, a young lad or young lady, figure out something to do that might lead them in a constructive path. Begging for reparations and argue with motherfuckers who you think God can do something about you getting or not getting reparations ain't got you no goddamn where in the past decade. He ain't talking about white folks enough. That ain't got you y'all talk about white folks every goddamn week, but only one side of the screen gets monetization. We go on Twitter Spaces. We record our Twitter Spaces, upload on YouTube. YouTube monetize, Google AdSense. Teach the tribe. Oh, wise one, how to get some goddamn money. And other than crowdfunding to support my dream so I can sell you my dream. I'm waiting for y'all to come at me. Somebody. All they gotta do is call my name. I got a Rolodex of shit because I'm old enough to know history behind these fellas. Let me go pull it up. You can get anything you find behind me. I did it. Yup. Yeah, because I ain't got, my stains no longer bring me shame, but because I'm down here with the little peoples. Yeah, if y'all playing the game, we all attack each other or diss each other, then raise y'all up. Just let me raise up and then I stop fucking with y'all. And maybe other people hear me when I want to talk about serious stuff. Peace of love. Thank boss man. Thanks for coming through again, man. I'll let y'all next go around, man. I try to put on my grand unk. I'm not a grandpappy because I ain't got no kids. Y'all niggas holler, nigga, bro, nigga. Come on, man. I know niggas make $100,000 a year with 5 kids, the ex-wife, and hell, you want to come, they want to come party. Hell, they ain't got enough to party. Come party with Flav, because Flav is irresponsible with riches to some extent. He give it all away or he'll party with it. And I guess that's why you might consider me being broke, because I'm not all aghast and amazed by the materialism of things and the show-offisms and look at this and I did this and that and the third. I know. Hold on. I believe I'm a handsome fella. And my line is probably drawn back in now. It ain't sharp as it is my fade. I did it in a rush, so that's excuses and all that. But I think that's enough to find me you don't go. I think maybe my range might be between 35 and up into my age and older, because I'm older boy. I see them old women, they be so thirsty. But you don't have no chance, man. You have no chance. Especially if you work with me, you definitely have no chance. There's nothing at my job worth disparaging my my slave rations at all. But I'm blabbing on, man. Y'all have y'all a great day, man. I thank y'all for tapping in. Tell them nigga get off that bullshit. Tell that nigga these so-called black old spirit niggas to put it where they motherfucking mouth is. Don't let them have you showing up somewhere to spend some more money on some more of they shit. Tell them to give you a plan, something that's going to yield results. And it don't take motherfucking 10 years, 12 years to do it. Just like it don't take 10 years, 15, 20 years to build a goddamn school, to put some books in a building and 1 or 2 people with a classroom to tell kids some shit that's educational. Peace and love.